helicopter. In the last century, the American Helicopter Society set itself the goal of rewarding talented engineers who could create a human-powered helicopter. The term is used to describe an aircraft that's powered by the pilot's muscular strength. Of course, the requirements were not too strict, at least at first glance. The vehicle had to hover for no less than 60 seconds, ascend to a height of at least 3 meters, and all this within a radius of 10 meters from the starting point. But it wasn't easy to make this idea a reality. It took more than 30 years to solve this problem, and even the $250,000 prize did not stimulate the invention of a functional version of the vehicle. What you see on screen is one of the attempts to win the prize and break the world record. And although the students at the University of Maryland did not meet the requirements, the attempt can be considered quite successful. Because the helicopter takes off and looks very impressive. Of course, the vehicle doesn't look like a marvel of the aviation industry. However, its creators faced a serious challenge and pushed the limits. The design consists of carbon fiber tubes, foam, and a large amount of glue. Despite its extraordinary dimensions, more than 30 meters long, the device weighs only 36 kilograms. For the rider, the experience of raising this machine in the air is something like riding a bicycle. However, the pedals have to be operated not only with the legs, but also with the hands, and also apparently a lot of effort has to be made. Kinetic sculptures. Be careful, this part of our video may be hypnotic, because the very idea of kinetic sculptures implies long and peaceful contemplation. First, let's see what this is. Kinetic sculptures are works of modern art. As a rule, they consist of many separate elements, the most important characteristic of which is movement. There are many variations, but there are no limits, so designers implement their most amazing ideas. It can be the whole sculpture or just some elements of it that move. Sculptors often work with light and shadow, creating interesting combinations. The material can also be anything. For example, here we have kinetic sculptures of metal, wood, and glass. These works of art could be powered by different mechanisms. Some sculptures work with wind energy, while others use electricity, magnets, and batteries. And there are also interactive versions. Kinetic sculptures have no practical use, but you have to admit they are very pretty. Wind tree. Wind turbines that convert wind energy into electrical energy usually look like large windmills. The main disadvantage of these installations is their size, so they can be found more often outside the city. It is therefore not surprising that engineers around the world are trying to find an alternative to traditional wind turbines. So, specialists from France have found a solution. They've come up with the idea of creating an amazing wind tree. Prototypes are already in use in the northwest of the country. The main distinguishing feature of the invention is its relatively compact size. The wind tree takes up no more space than any other tree. The height of the steel structure is 9.8 meters, and the diameter is 7.2 meters. The leaves, all 36 of them, are micro-turbines that rotate on a vertical axis. There are rarely strong winds in the city, but this is normal. Even if the wind speed is only 2 meters per second, it's enough for the tree to generate electricity. One of these constructions can light 15 lanterns, provide 16,000 kilometers of drive range to an electric car, or offer 83% of the electricity used by an average family. Hadrian X. In the near future, people, and more specifically builders, will no longer have to face the most difficult and exhausting tasks alone. Mechanical work such as lifting and transporting heavy construction materials will be carried out with machines. The first prototype robots are now being tested. This is a brainchild of the Australian robotics company Fast Brick Robotics. The massive use of Hadrian X robots will change the world's construction sites forever. Firstly, the Hadrian X is capable of assembling the walls of a small residential building in a single day. The operator only has to monitor the progress of the work. This can be done remotely, so safety is greatly increased. The robot makes fewer mistakes, so less construction material is wasted as well. All this means that the profitability of the site improves considerably. The robot fits in a truck too, so it can be transported easily. Keyback. The next invention we'll show you is an elegant and technological backpack. Its developers say that they managed to create a backpack that's not just an accessory, but a device with many useful functions. For example, it can be used to charge your gadgets, and this is an advantage not only for the backpack owner, but also for his friends. The backpack has 4 USB ports, 2 on the inside and 2 more on the outside. Another interesting feature is the presence of a sound system with powerful speakers, and of course the 1044 pixel color screen. The owner chooses what to display: text, animation, equalizer, or anything else. Mantis. The inspiration for this amazing invention were the AT-AT robots shown in the 5th episode of the Star Wars movie series. The name of this giant robot is Mantis, and because of its size, it was included in the Guinness Book of World Records. This happened in September 2018. The creator is Matt Denton from Hampshire, UK. The work has been carried out since 2009. During this time, the prototype has increased in size many times. The total weight of the robot is almost 2 tons, its height is 2.8 meters, and its width is 5 meters. Mantis is a very smart robot too. Inside the real control cabin there is room for 1 person. Otherwise, the robot obeys the commands it receives from the remote control. It's hard to speak of any practical use, since the maximum speed of movement of the giant is only 1 km per hour. However, Mantis is capable of surprising and pleasing everyone. This, in our opinion, is more than enough. Interestingly, the robot shown is only a prototype and is expected to be even bigger in the future. The engineer plans to create a 200-ton underwater robot with 6 legs. Bark bath. The last invention we're going to show you today will please pet owners. Bark bath is a product of the American company Bissell. It's a vacuum cleaner for dogs. Of course, it's absolutely safe, quiet, and harmless. The device effectively picks up dirt from both the hair and the skin. At the same time, it brushes your pet's hair. It should be noted that Bark Bath can be used in conjunction with a dog shampoo for greater effectiveness. The kit includes accessories for different hair types. The water tank is enough to wash a dog up to 36 kilograms. And when the bathing is finished, you can use Bark Bath to clean your dirty furniture. Hey, stop being lazy, it's time to use that brain of yours.